And that's for the piggies in every US city thinking a seat in the back row is Porsche because of European history. They miss seeing the monocle though, so I be in the front row on days I am making dough. All alone, in the zone, on the phone, until the trailers go off the screen, along with all those production companies that never did a thing for me.
Tarantino is a big name, not only in cinema, but also in my heart as a cinephile. I don't tend to have many good things to say about growing up in Los Angeles, but Tarantino's consistent usage of my home base as a backdrop in his films is something I've always found endearing, flattering, and oftentimes completely on the money with how insane LA life can be. The whole bloody affair starts in my hood, the 626, Pasadena, California. And I find that ironic since when I started collecting films for a short stint in my college years, I began with Tarantino pictures, from those he directed to those he distributed or publicly approved of. The first film I ever took a date to was on a birthday of mine in Monterey Park when Man with the Iron Fist first dropped. Me and an Afro-South Asian girl were in those seats. And then years later, when I finally went to sell my DVDs and other collectibles in my early 20s, I took my Tommy and lover to Tarantino's Beverly Glen to check out Django Unchained. Rewind back only a couple of years, and to get to know my birth city a little better, I resolved to see a film at every legendary cinema in Hollywood. I knocked down a few, the TCL, the El Capitan, but when it was time for the Cinerama, Hateful Eight was on its roadshow, and I was there, intermission and all, to witness the picture in its 70mm glory. I say all this to the note that when a Tarantino picture hits theaters, it will always be a moment that champions cinephile culture and should make any Angelino feel proud to be from the City of Angels. This stitched together re-release of Kill Bill deserves no less praise. But the issues now that I have with the film are how it has aged in my eyes in comparison to when I first saw it in my late teens. The imprint my Damian lover left when she walked out of my life definitely has shifted the paradigm of the way I see this film than back when I met her and I was using a go-go action figure as a fertility idol. This isn't to say that Chiaki Kuriyama isn't still cute or that the film hasn't lost its Savino-philiac sex appeal, but it's harder to root for Thurman's Beatrice Kiddo after enduring a divorce. The film now is a study on the nature of females disguised as the feminist Mary Sue epic. It's a love letter from Tarantino, on the surface to Shawscope, East Asian culture, and the Kung Fu serial, but in actuality is a love letter from Tarantino to Thurman. There are times in this picture where I could hear Tarantino's voice in the actors reading his script, and Thurman's responses to the camera sounds as if she is speaking directly to the director. Which is sad, given the pretense of the film being about a runaway bride who doesn't want to share her life with her boss. This is the last film Tarantino and Thurman have worked on, and she has long been stated as his muse. The film's lines just become extremely blurred throughout when so many metaphors can be used for the off-screen relationship between Q and U. On top of that critique, the critics made me miss the black and white sequence of the Crazy 88's fight. The extended anime sequence for O-Ren's backstory also became now more misandrist, featuring an unnecessary castration, appearing somewhat like an apologetic insertion from Tarantino regretting his dalliances with deviances and fellow deviants. My final issue with this presentation is the after credits insertion of a lost chapter. It should have been inserted directly before the intermission chronologically. Chapter 5, Part 2, Yuki's Revenge. Instead of securing production IG for anime duties again, Tarantino gets Epic Games to pin together some shoddy AI around Zoe Bell and some other actors to make some goofy short with the bride battling off Go-Go's sister. I haven't seen bonus content this bad since I saw Avengers Endgame, but the worst part about Yuki's Revenge is now that technically it's canon and should have been placed before the intermission in its proper place, not after the credits. This now makes the film frustrating to be called a definitive edition, given its chronological error. That aside, the whole bloody affair is entertaining enough for multiple views, needed especially since the film slogs in between battles because of Tarantino's run-on expository dialogue. The inclusion of more selections from RZA's score is a joy, and the Shaw Bros era effects and Ang Lee-esque wiring are as beautiful to see as Lucy Liu's freckles. This edition would have been well appreciated back when I was collecting Tarantino films more than having to buy the split pictures. Thus, as a completionist, I like the concept of the whole bloody affair, But Yuki's revenge is now a monkey wrench that refuses to be ignored. Just like the pro-life choice plot that makes Kill Bill seem with every edit more misandric than misogynistic, as early 2000s major media initially touted.
Pop your popcorn. That's for the piggies in every US city thinking a seat in the back row is Porsche because of European history. They miss seeing the monocle though, so I'd be in the front row on days I am making dough. All alone, in the zone, on the phone, until the trailers go off the screen, along with all those production companies that never did a thing for me.